Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you all today. So, a week ago on Saturday, my husband and I witnessed the baptism of our two twin granddaughters. Their names are Jolene and Josephine, and they are 4 months old. The service was held at Queen of All Saints Catholic Church in Concord. It's a beautiful, beautiful church with a large, airy, 2-story sanctuary. And true to its name, adorned with statues and stained glass windows depicting apostles and all of the saints, including Mary and Joseph. The baptism service was in Spanish, all in Spanish. And since I don't speak Spanish, I enjoyed the visual presentation of an ancient ritual that I know well. There were 11 children being baptized, and the church was packed with extended families, including parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins. And as the light refracted through the stained glass window, and the parents tried in vain to quiet their restless children, I felt a deep sense of peace and gratitude. Now, not having to listen to the words of the service gave my mind some freedom to wander. And one of the things I thought about was how this ancient ritual has been part of my family's history for generations. I wish my parents and grandparents could have been there to see the next generation welcomed in to the Christian faith. But my father and my grandparents are gone, and my mother is in a nursing home and unable to travel. So as soon as the service ended and the multitude of obligatory photographs had been taken, I texted those pictures and a video to my sisters and nieces in Indiana. My sisters immediately showed them to my mother, and we all happily texted back and forth, chatting about the happy occasion. I felt so connected to my family, who wanted to be there but couldn't, because I know that the baptisms of this next generation are as special to them as they are to me. As I watched the service, I focused on the things that make a baptism what it is: water, oil, candles, godparents, voices praying in unison, vows taken, promises made. I thought about how important these 2 baby girls are to me, how precious it is that my child now has children. I want to be an important part of these girls' lives. I'm excited to see who they will grow up to be. But it occurs to me that although my time with them will be rich, it will also be shorter than I would like. I won't be with them forever. I may not meet their life partners or their own children, should they choose to have either. And that's a sobering thought, knowing that my own mortality will limit my time with Jolene and Josephine. But at the same time, I also realize that I am one of the people who will go on living in their memories. I will at some point become one of the ancestors who has gone before them and done what I could to support them in their lives. And although the brevity of that time makes me feel a little sad, I also believe that even when I am no longer with them in this life, I will still be with them always. You see, it's all about connection, isn't it? We are connected to one another. Across time and generations, we are all part of the family of God that was and is and will be. And All Saints is our opportunity to honor that deep, deep connection. We pause to remember those who have gone before us. We remember the official saints and martyrs of our church. We remember the people who have strived to make the world a better place in the name of God. We remember the people in our own lives who have supported us, taught us, and loved us. And we also remember those whose names we don't even know, who have lived lives dedicated to the greater good. When we look at our beautiful, beautiful remembrance altar, we see all the faces of those who are most important to us. And we also carry those faces and those memories deep in our heart, even if they aren't on our altar today. These are the saints we remember and hold close. The people who enriched our lives in so many ways. It is a good thing that within a culture that minimizes death and forgets ancestors, that the church holds space for both. Our tradition keeps us connected to those who have gone before us and reminds us that we too are part of that tradition. We too are members of the saints of God. We are connected to others who have walked the same path, had the same struggles, and dreamed the same dreams. So on All Saints' Day, we hold space for the people who came before us, the people who live among us now, including each one of us, and the people who will come after us. We are part of a never-ending lineage of faithful people who further the kingdom of God that God so deeply desires. And the richness of this lineage comes from its diversity. Some saints do dramatic things that everyone remembers. Some saints are only known to those close to them. Some saints aren't remembered at all. But what binds us together is all the ways in which we can strive for kindness, compassion, and justice. These are the virtues that build up the kingdom of God. So being a saint of God is not about who a person is or where they come from. It's about what we do to help this world be a better place for all people. Now, when I imagine the communion of saints, I've always thought of it as like a big parade, right? A big parade. Everybody's celebrating, everyone's together, people you haven't seen for a long time, you're catching up. It's a happy occasion. And anyone can join the parade, and all are invited to it. Do you feel out of sorts? You are included. Do you mourn a loss? You are not alone. Is it hard to speak up? We'll help you find your voice. Do you hunger for justice? You're in the right place. Do you desire peace and love and mercy? You will find it here. Is it hard to do the right things? We understand. Are you misunderstood when you try to do what is good and kind? We will be there for you. All of these connections bind us together. We are part of something that is bigger than you and me, made up of people just like you and me. Saints are simply people that are trying to do the next right thing. We don't always get it right, and neither did our ancestors. What we do get to do is try. And if we fail, we can try again. I imagine that the people we admire for doing good things sometimes failed too, but they did not give up. So being a saint of God doesn't require perfection. It simply requires an openness, a willingness to be open to God and to do what we can to promote kindness, compassion, and justice. Some of us may be able to do big, impactful things in the world, and that is exciting. But most of us will do the small, everyday things that are within our power to do, and that's very important too. What matters most is that we walk together with those who came before us and those who will come after us. We are not alone. We are part of the communion of saints. Welcome to the parade.